Look at
So they might have just.
They really thought there was
They
12
said
of
it's
us.
a party. We need to make sure everybody got paid. Okay, hold on.
This is ridiculous. Yes. We'll be a little bit classy here.
We try to be bad, bougie, bad and bougie.
Period.
Shame moi.
Let me focus. My smile is ridiculous right now. We got cinnamon delights.
Then, yeah.
Are those the
That's
twists?
the chips and cheese in there as well.
It is.
Fantastic.
Just want to get this all out here. We got the cheese. Last but not least, quesadilla. Oh wait, let's put these out there too. Put them back here by you, because I already know.
That crunch though.
Okay. Don't forget the drinks. So hey everyone. My name is Sin Alexander, and this is my brother, my little brother, Devin.
Hi.
So today we're actually doing something a little different. We're gonna do a kind of mukbang interview.
Yes.
So Devin's gonna actually ask me some questions while we pretty much pig out and eat, and hopefully this is aesthetically pleasing to you while we eat in your face. We literally ordered $70 worth of food from Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And we're so hungry. We're about to get into it. So let's go.
Get into it.
Period.
When did you first realize you wanted to be a writer?
I think when I was like 18 and I started to write my first book.
Was you 18 already now?
I was 18 when I started to write my first book, and I never finished it.
Wow.
And so I was always a reader. I always loved reading. But one day I woke up with a really good idea for my own book, and then I like never finished it. And like through the years I had many drafts of it. I had many versions of it. And then one day I decided to go to school for creative writing, and I think that's like where I realized like this is what I want to do for my career.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like a very slow and long journey. I didn't really, I did so many other things in between, like figuring that out. I went to culinary school. I went
culinary school.
Yeah, I went to culinary school at Le Cordon Bleu. I also went to like school for hospitality. I went to school for interior design.
What?
Yeah, I did I went to school for a lot before I actually settled on.
I don't remember any of that.
Yeah, I did all of that before actually like finishing my degree in creative writing.
Okay. Yeah, I remember your first version of your book.
Yeah, how
And you
old were
sent it
you
to
when
me.
I sent that to you?
I don't know. Like, so you were 18 10 years ago. What? That doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
I would have been like 11. 11? That don't sound right.
You might have been older, because like I said, there have been many versions. So you could have been a little bit older.
Yeah, your writing definitely has grown so much. Since
Yeah.
Because I remember reading it the first time, I was like, this is good. It has potential.
You're like, yes, this is a story.
That is a story being told.
We all start from somewhere. And that's the crazy thing. I kind of want to find those old versions of that book just to like see how far I've actually come, because I know it's a big change.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
This was a really good idea, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
How long does it take you to write a book?
It varies. It depends on how into the book I am. I think the shortest amount of time I've written a book was like 2 months. And then the longest was like 5 or 6 months it took me. So I don't know, it just depends. I this year I'm actually focusing on like not putting out as many books as I am focusing on like my craft and like making sure that like I take the time for revisions and proper editing and everything. So I'm really focusing on quantity versus quality this year. So this year I might only release like 3 books and that's it. Whereas like previous years I've released like 6.
So what is your process like when you're writing a book, from like inspiration to releasing it?
My ideas pretty much, I have so many books lined up already that I can't even tell you like when the ideas strike.
Really?
Yeah, because like currently I'm actually working on the first book I ever wrote. I don't know if I told you that.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, so I'm working on that book right now, which was a 10-year-old idea. So that one's the one in the process. And then like after that, I have already like another series lined out that I thought of like a year ago that I just haven't had. Like I don't know, like
Yeah.
Ideas typically come to me like in dreams, or I get inspired by like other books or movies or whatever it might be. And once I have an idea, I write it down and then I plan out like when I'm gonna write it, and I pretty much just stick to that schedule. And it takes years though. Like it's not, because I'm writing other things. So it's like I said, these books that I'm about to write after the one I'm working on right now, that idea was like from a year and a half ago, but I couldn't just drop everything and write it right then because I was working on other projects. So as far as like during the process, I just kind of write when I can. I write like just when I feel like it. I try not to force it. I'm trying to be better about not forcing it, because then I feel like I don't come up with like the best content. So yeah, I try not to force it, and pretty much like at least like pretty much almost every day I'm like able, like I'm in the mood to write. Like there's not really a day where I'm not. So that's a good thing. But yeah, I pretty much just write when I can, and then like promote while I'm writing it. It's really important to get the readers like interested before the book is actually released. So that's really important. And
do you normally like get a lot of feedback when you're promoting your stuff?
Yeah, like people get excited and stuff. Yeah, I would say. I mean, I'm working on I think my goal this year is really just focusing on like how to brand myself and how to market my books better and reach like more readers. So that's kind of what I've been working on like this year. But yeah, as far as like my process, I pretty much don't really have one. Like I just kind of like I very much just go with the flow and like try to release consistently without stressing myself out. That's pretty much it.
Is it like harder to write when you're stressed out, or?
I mean, yes, but I think the biggest thing is that it makes it less fun. And I never want writing to be like a job for me. I want it to always be something I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
So I
So
try.
cool.
Yeah, I try not to. I try not to do that to myself because I don't want to take the fun out of it.
Yeah, it's cool that you have a passion that you can like, you haven't gotten tired of.
Yeah.
And that like, you want to stay passionate about. I feel like people don't get that a whole lot.
Yeah, it is. I think that like being a writer, more specifically like being a writer that like wants to become an author and like make a career out of it, it's important to have the passion there. I think that that passion translates into why can't I think of what I'm trying to say? It translates into the work. And so it's important to like have that passion. I feel like it shows. It's a lot like a music artist, you know, that's passionate about like their music and their songs versus like someone who's probably not as passionate and doesn't take it as seriously. Like you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same. And I am very lucky to have found like what I want to do in life and like have some direction in that area. It's still hard because it's not easy, you know, making a living out of writing, but I know that it's what I want to do, so I'm willing to work hard for it, I guess.
That's so cool.
Yeah. It's so good.
When you have a deadline, how does that normally like, how does your work schedule look when you're like 2 weeks away from publishing a book? Is it like you have it well planned out and like every day, Monday, like 5 to 8, I'm gonna work on the book and then crunch time, or is it like?
It's pretty much chaos.
Yeah.
The weeks leading up to a release, this is what normally happens. I'm a person that loves to go with the flow. And like, I try not to force things and I want to make it fun and blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
But there comes a time when I'm writing a book, it never fails, that I'm like maybe halfway through, I'm a little more than halfway through, and I'm over it. Like I'm ready to release the book. I'm ready. It's time to do this. So then I put myself on a deadline and I announce it to everybody. This book will be released on such and such date. And then I'm on a timeline. And it's good and bad because I always meet my deadline.
Alright.
But it's always chaos and stress. It's bad. It's terrible.
I've been there for a couple of them, so
You've witnessed the mess that is. I am a walking disaster when that happens. So it's there's no schedule. It's just write. Like just drop everything and write. Like don't do anything else but write and like get this done and then edit and then format, and it's just it's a whole thing. I will say though, with my previous release that I just dropped on Thursday. Yeah, wow. So just a few days ago.
A few weeks ago, actually.
Huh?
It feels like a few weeks ago.
No, it does. It was just a couple days ago. I released $1 Billion Baddie Part 2.
Yeah.
Completed the series. I'm so excited. And with that one, I actually... there was no stress. I put my release date was, I announced my release date for March 1st actually, and I got done like a week in advance, And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna drop it now. Like I was like pretty good. Like I was so sure I wasn't gonna make that deadline, but I did, and like it wasn't stressful at all. Like I had all the time in the world. I got done super early, and like it was really relaxing. That was like my most relaxing like chill release, and it was a surprise release at the end of the day because like nobody knew I was gonna drop it like that day because they were expecting March 1st, but I did that, so yeah.
Period.
And that's what I'm trying to do this year. That set the tone. That was my first release of the year, and that set the tone for me. Like that's how I want it to be. It should be, you know, stress-free. And you know what I mean? Like it shouldn't be like how I've done it previously. So hopefully I continue with that.
You know, we can hope.
We can hope.
So is that, would you say, one of the hardest things about working for yourself is like working towards your own deadlines and like making sure that you are taking care of your one employee, which is you?
Yeah, I would say the accountability. Like I don't have anyone in charge of me. I'm in charge of me, which is great. I love it and I wouldn't have it any other way, but like I'm also the only person that's gonna make sure that these things get done. So that can be hard. Definitely can be hard, but again, I wouldn't have it any other way because it's all mine. It's my brand. They're my books, and I don't have to like worry about anyone else putting me on a deadline. Like I'm stressed putting myself on deadlines. If someone else chose my deadlines for me, whew,
It'd be a real mess.
it would be a hot mess. So I would not have it any other way.
What would you say is your interesting writing quirk? Or like something weird that you have to do while you're writing, or like do you have to have heavy metal in the background in order to write, or like?
I think that my interesting writing quirk is that there's two ways I can answer this. So one is that it has to be completely silent.
Oh.
No music. Nothing. If I do have music, it has to only be instrumentals. Words distract me, and then I'll be jamming along, singing the lyrics, and not doing what I need to do. So that's one, I guess. I don't know if that's really weird. Is that weird?
I feel like it's kind of weird to be sitting in complete silence, completely focused on something.
Oh yeah, that's me. I have to.
I feel like just like the image of you doing that is kind of like a little psycho-ish, but just a touch.
Yeah, no, like like if I'm living with someone, they have to be completely out of my way, out of the room. Otherwise, no. I mean, that's not true. They can be in the room, but they gotta be like completely silent. The other thing is that while this isn't like a necessity, I do write better if I'm anywhere but at home. I could be at someone else's house, just not my own.
Like literally anywhere?
Anywhere. Well, I mean, like within reason. Like they can't. I could even be at like I'll go to like Starbucks or Caribou, and there's music playing and stuff there, you know, and there's loud, you know, people talking and blah blah blah, and I can type fine there. Like it's fine. Like that atmosphere is completely fine. I actually welcome it.
Interesting.
But at home, I don't write as well at home. I could be anywhere else, not home.
So what you been doing during the pandemic?
I've learned to write at home. It's crazy. I never used to write at home before the pandemic, but now I have to, and that's where the like no music, nothing. Like if I have to like put my phone under my covers and like out of sight, out of mind type thing. Wow. No TV. Like yeah. Yeah, so the pandemic has taught me how to write at home, I guess.
You gotta get that bag, so.
I mean, yeah, I had to. Like, meet Steven.
Alright.
Look at the camera, Steven.
Bonjour.
We have like 7 tacos left, half a quesadilla. We still got 10 Cinnabon lights. I feel like we did pretty good though. We ate quite a bit.
We did. I'm not mad at it.
Not mad at it at all. I'm full though. He's gonna keep eating. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully we entertained you guys a little bit. And this might be something we do every once in a while, possibly.
I'll be back.
He'll be back. So we appreciate you guys. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to share it with your friends too. Bye, guys.
Bye. And smash the notification bell.
Period.
Do that.